Colorado. Let me get this tweeted out here so everybody can join in. 1 second, please. All right, let's take a look here. 1 second there. And there. And there. Awesome. Good, good, good. And there. All right. Well, I hope everybody's having a wonderful and blessed weekend. Thanks everybody for tuning in. So this is our weekly Elliott Wave show here, the weekly wave analysis, riding the waves with John and Paul, and I'm joined here with Paul with Algo 382 from Colorado. Paul, can you hear me? Okay.
Hey, how's it going, John? Yep, you sound great.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Can we get a quick sound check out there, guys? Were you guys able to hear Paul?
Hey, how's it going, people? It's Paul from Colorado. Snowing again.
Snowing again.
Yeah, it never stops.
Well, last weekend was like, what did I say? It was like 80 degrees here, and this weekend it got chilly again. It's down to like 50.
Oh,
So a
oh, okay.
little drizzly.
Yeah,
When's winter gonna end?
yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
So anyway, good stuff. Quick sound check, guys. Everybody hear us okay? Just type in the chat window so let me know. Good, nice. Thanks, Reed. Appreciate it, man. Always, as always. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, good. Well, here we go. We're getting started here with Riding the Waves with John and Paul. And today we're going to be talking about, we're going to give a little more attention to volume today. And you guys may have noticed over the last couple weeks, my volume has been turned down, by the way. Thanks, Fabio. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Troy. So volume has been turned down a little bit. So hopefully everybody can hear us okay. So good stuff there. But this week we're going to talk about volume and its importance on Elliott waves. It's a very actually little discussed topic, but I think it's really important. And so we're going to get to that today. But before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to real quick, I'm going to run through and see where we left off with the market last week, and then I'm going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to this evening, and then we'll see what we have kind of setting up going into the rest of the night and possibly into tomorrow. And then we'll get going with the topic right here. Paul's got some cool charts, and I've got a few cool charts too to share with you. We'll go over some ideas we have for this week, and if there's any time left, we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX guys, we pulled back a little bit last week. It ended up down like 2 points there, but still green here on the monthly chart, kind of off of the upper Bollinger Band right now. Weekly chart, this is going to be an interesting week, right? So we had the Fed last week, right? We had a little bit of irritable Powell syndrome, and then we had quad witching day on Friday, and we're kind of seeing this doji spinning top candle. Normally, I'm not too worried about these, except on the weekly chart. These do tend to lead to some pretty big reversals, right? So we can see that here. It didn't do it here, but before the Corona crash, we did get it. We had a little one right here that got a little pullback, and this one was the one, right? So it's kind of similar. So we'll see how it goes. Big difference, though, between here and the Corona crash. Still haven't gotten overbought yet on the RSI, right? So it is possible this market could still continue to plow its way up, and we'll see if that continues to do so. In terms of an Elliott wave count, right? So if we just look at the count on the market right here again, you've got the lows from the Elliott wave. I'm sorry, from the Corona crash. You got kind of this 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, right? We're kind of really just trying to figure out how long this wave 5 wants to go. And the first move here, we've got kind of this 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like we may be in a kind of this wave 5 of 5, but we're going to see how it plays out. Well, we don't know quite yet that we might be getting to work on it. So we have this sub pullback right here. This last pullback could either be a subwave 4 pullback here to the 382, and we might get going. We had a doji day on Friday as well after the spinning top week. So we really need to kind of see what the price action is. Are we going to pull up to the 618 and hit wave B, and then pull back maybe a little bit deeper here for a 618 retrace for wave 4? Is wave 4 done? Right? We don't really know. I mean, but if you kind of go to the hourly time frame, you could look at this a couple ways. I'm kind of seeing this right here as an ending diagonal wave 5, and then because we have the overlap down here, and this is wave 5 finish. And you could call this an ABC right here, but it could also be an ABC up, and then we could see a large move down. Or it was pretty impulsive, so it's probably a zigzag. And then I still think we're going to get a pull up here to wave B, and then maybe a bigger pullback. But we have to see what the price action sets up for us here this week. So here's the price action from Friday. Again, it was generally pretty choppy, but we did get a couple nice moves. This hammer here on the 15 gave us a nice push up here, and ultimately got its way to the 15 we're behind above. Then we saw a lot of choppy action, right? It was quad witching day, so we expected some fireworks at the end of the day. We didn't get much fireworks, but we did have one big down candle, and we were generally leaning bearish on it, and it did give us a down move right here. We like this engulfing candle here. This is a bearish engulfing candle, and I believe it is. I'll say actually the close here was 29.49, and the open was actually disregard. It's not bearish engulfing. The real body didn't quite engulf that one, so it's just below it. But anyway, it was pretty bearish, and so This retrace here was shortable into the close, but anybody who likes that crazy end of the market activity. And it looks like this evening, if we go to the futures, that we can see here that we're getting a little bit of follow through to the downside, and we're starting to recover now too. So we had that big down move at the close, right? Kind of pause right here. So you can see this little measured move down. We're basically starting to rally right here. So the question is this an A, B, C down, right? Or are we starting a fresh wave up? Again, we're over the 80 MA right here on the 15-minute chart. So let's see if that continues to hold. And where we go this evening. So good stuff, guys. I'm really excited, really happy again to have Paul here with us this evening. Paul is a Elliott-tician, and he's in our group. He's very active. He runs the Elliott Wave channel in our Discord, and there's a lot of folks that rely on him all day long with to bounce chart ideas off him with their Elliott Wave count. So it's a great place to learn, and he's a great teacher, and he's here with us again tonight. And we're going to be going over volume, and it's a really not very much talked about topic, little talked about topic in Elliott Wave, but it's really, really important, guys. And so one of the things that we like to note is that we get a lot of questions like, well, how do you know this is a wave 5, or how do you know wave 5's kind of done? Other than using the Fibonacci's, a really, really helpful tool is volume. Right, if you're not seeing the volume coming in there, chances are the impulsive wave is finishing up, right? And a lot of times on pullbacks, right, you see low volume, right? So you get a wave 2 pullback or a wave 4 pullback, right? Those are typically on lower volume. We'll go through some of those examples here tonight. So Paul, I'm going to turn it over to you to see what kind of examples do you have here this evening.
Hey, sounds good, John. All right, how's it going, people? First chart I have here is LMND on a daily. Oh, here we go. You can see we had this initial wave 1 up, and then we kind of entered into this sideways mode. We got an ABC going, and if you notice, when we're flat and going sideways, the volume is decreasing, just kind of letting us know it's consolidating. So we came down in this wave C, which is a 5-wave move, to the 786. We started going up, and then we started going down again, and right about here, the volume is starting to increase, letting us know the buyers are coming in, and sure enough, we got a bounce right up to 618. So they might have started to come in at the 618 there.
Nice. Lemonade's looking really interesting for coming to this week. So what do you think on that wave C pullback? That was pretty intense, right? Now, would you call this a zigzag or a flat?
This I was going with a 335.
Okay.
So it would be an expanded flat.
Nice. But notice how the impulsive move on the C wave, right, is an impulsive wave. Notice how there is some increasing selling volume down there too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the red candles exactly.
See how they're rising up in that big down move? That helps show us that is an impulsive move. So if you look at that ABC, the 335, a 5-wave move is typically an impulsive move, and the increased volume really helps us clue into that, which is really cool. So nice. I like that.
Okay, so cool. So that was LMND. Here's Fubo. This is another ABC. We had our wave 1 up, 3-wave move down for A, 3-wave move up for B, and then we get this impulsive 5-wave move down. And you can see this is a real clear 5-wave move down. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's letting us know that after this impulse is over, we should start an uptrend. But you can see on the way down, the volume was going down, down, down the whole way. And then this intense selling right in here, we got some of these big red candles. It looks like we kept going down till almost the very end. Looks like right when price started to get close to the 618, we started to get a slight increase in volume.
Nice. Same thing on this one too. I love how it's like sometimes just sell this when the wave is ending right here. We get that big spike in volume, especially on the downside, right? It's panic selling, right? And once it's all done, it's like everybody's out of their position, and so the buyers are starting to step up, right? And they start to give us that new fresh wave up.
Yep. This nice B wave. Okay, let's see what we got. AMD. Let's see what I noticed with AMD is after this downtrend, we had this pull back into the 618, and what we're looking for is a big pump in volume, a big green candle, and that's exactly what we got. We had a lot of volume coming in here at the end of the day on Friday, and they gave us a big candle. We closed above the 80 MA, so I think it's looking pretty bullish for AMD, and a lot of that you can say is from the volume right here.
Nice.
So, okay, so there's AMD. Fubo we already did. Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. I'm watching. I think we're in a triangle, and I'm looking to set up a trade if we actually get this D wave and an E wave. But you can see we get this nice wave 3 up, and it stops right at the 1.618. And as price is going up, the volume is also going up. We get to the
Nice.
top of wave three, we get this pullback for A, and this is just kind of a sideways zigzag. I mean, I thought we could actually be in a bigger ABC, which was a zigzag. I wasn't really sure what we were in, but we're in a sideways choppy move, and while we're doing that, the volume is going down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, there's no big green candles for the volume. There's no sign we're about to go up yet. And I'm going to be watching this one because I like to get in a trade here for
Nice.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I like that DE move. And we talked about triangles last week. We talked about magical triangles last week, and trying to get in on that E wave once it finishes up right there. If we can get some volume after that, that might be a good indication that things are ready to go.
Exactly, exactly. And one other thing, the top of wave one is right here, and you can't really get overlap. So we did not overlap. So
Oh
this is
wow, that's awesome! Yeah, and don't forget, guys, we finished up last week too, right? We know that triangles occur in what wave four and wave
yep,
B. So
yep,
cool. That's awesome. Great stuff.
yep. So we're in wave four there, and I think I got one more
Ooh,
here,
JMIA.
JMIA, and this is a situation where we're going down in wave two. We're under the cloud, under the ADMA. We're trending down, and volume is also trending down. So there's no sign of the buyers coming in yet. So this would be an example where we're still just going to watch it
Yeah.
and wait for the right opportunity.
Awesome, great find on that one too. Yeah, I know a lot of folks have been asking about JMIA. When's it getting ready to go? We looked at it last week. It kind of started to show some strength, but again, that volume really gives us a lot of clues. A lot of selling volume in there too, is what it looks like. So good stuff there. That really helps. Awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Well, good. All right. Well, I've got a couple of charts too. I want to show a couple examples real quick and kind of show you guys a tool that you guys can use if that's all right with you, Paul. If you got a second.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, cool. So let's get these pull up here, guys. Again, last week I used a couple examples when we were talking about triangles. I just want to go back and just kind of and just show you this too. This is really cool, especially when you guys are doing Elliott wave counts, right? But one of the big moves that we saw here on Tesla recently was this huge, beautiful, right, wave four triangle right here. And I don't think I actually ever ended up labeling on wave four, but it's okay. So here's your four, here's your five, right? Finish up here. Okay, so but this wave four pullback, right? Or this wave four triangle right here. If you notice, one of the cool things that during that triangle is right. Look what we had. We had this declining volume here. You can see the volume candles at the bottom of the screen here was really declining all that. And then once we started to break out of that triangle, look at the volume. Look at it stepping up in here for that wave five. Isn't that incredible? Really cool stuff. There's a tool that is that you can do. It's called volume average, I believe. And what you do is I believe it goes down here. Yeah. So this is kind of a cool tool as well. It defaults with the 50 simple moving average for volume. And it's just a neat tool that you can use. One of the ways to customize it, what I actually like to do is try to make it I actually bring it down to the I believe the 5 moving average on this, and I wish I could change it to exponential to really be more sensitive with the volume candles. But I find the 5 to be pretty decent. What I do is I also for the volume bars themselves, I actually take them off. I remove that plot, and so what it does is it just shows the relative volume here, the average volume. And you can even put this over. I believe I can put this over the volume levels above if I put in the volume pane up here. Yeah, you can kind of put it up there, but it looks really freaky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it back down here and just to the lower level right here. But it helps, right? So if you're not really kind of paying attention to the candles, you can do something like this. Now, there's other software out there where you can get an exponential moving average, which is nice because it's going to be a little bit more sensitive to the price. But you can see here there's definitely an average volume dip here in this triangle. And that can really give some big clues of whether or not we're in an impulsive wave or not, right? You can see here the volume is working its way up. You can see here the volume is working its way down. And that can be really helpful to tell whether or not we're in an impulsive wave, right? Look at the volume that's coming in here. Right, so look at that average volume here. Look at the impulsive move up, right? So it's they go hand in hand a lot of times. Even with impulsive moves down, right, you can still get some pretty big spikes, right? So you see here's a volume coming up here, and it was an impulsive move down, but we were in a downtrend, right? So we're actually essentially in an impulsive wave down here for Tesla. And then one more example I wanted to give here is, or actually for the daily time frame, one more example here is Zoom. Right, this is another one too. Paul was actually the one who called this out here on the show. This triangle, and I believe we mentioned Tesla as well. well. But we had this beautiful A, B, C, D, E wave 4 triangle right here. But look what was going on with the volume at the time, right? You can see this right here. If I just put just emphasize it here in the triangle, right? You can see the drop of volume in the triangle from here to here, right? That shows that that we're very likely in a corrective wave. And look how the volume spiked once we broke out of the triangle, right? So that shows that the impulsive wave up had increased volume, right? It's impulsive, right? There's a lot of volume in there. And the pullbacks, right? If we're still in a larger wave, we want to see decreasing volume. If we start seeing increasing volume on the way down, it's possible that we're in an impulsive wave down. Okay, so cool stuff there. And then one more I wanted to pull up here is just intraday time frames. It can help. Now, a lot of times for the most part, you're going to see lower volume intraday in the middle of the day. But when you see these wave counts, it does help. If you go to the 5-minute chart here, if I go on Boeing and I go back to this had a big day a couple days ago. Let's take a look here. Let's go back to the 12th. We just pulled up here. So yeah, so if we go up to this day here, I mean clearly, right, nice wave count here on this. I'm just going to put the waves up here. So you got kind of this 1, 2, right, 3, 4, right, and then 5. I mean, you can kind of just see that general wave up there, right? But look what happened, right? So I mean, this is what I love about it. This helps gives you confirmation, right? So you see this wave 2 pullback. Look at the volume. Right, you have this nice drop in volume right here, and then you have this impulsive wave up, right? You see the volume where it's way up. Then you have a nice wave 4 pullback right here, right? And you start to get a drop in volume down there, right? And then things start to perk up when the fifth wave, when the finish of the impulsive wave is up. So this is really, really helpful, not just on the daily chart, but on the intraday, right, to help confirm the wave counts, right? We don't want to see really big increasing volume on the way down if we're expecting it to be a larger impulsive wave up. So anyway, really, really cool stuff, and hopefully you guys found that helpful. And one other thing, just want to go over a couple charts I'm looking at just going into early this week. So it's pretty hard not to have seen Clovis. So Clovis had a huge day on Friday. Obviously, some big volume. You can even see the average volume right here. So in terms of Elliott wave rise, I mean, to me that looks like it's starting an impulsive wave up. So with the gap and everything, it's possible that this was a like a little wave 1. This is a little wave 2 pullback. And we might be working on a wave 3. So keep an eye out for it. See how the volume is on this one. If we see a wave 4 pullback and then get going again, or if wave 3 still continues to get more increasing volume and it gets going, just be careful. This is a biotech pharma type name, so a little bit of caution there. And another one with increasing volume on Friday that I think that should be on the radar is Visa. This one really got hit hard on Friday. It could be starting a kind of a zigzag-ish type move down right here. Right? This could be your 1, 2, 3. We might see a little low volume wave 4 pullback, and then maybe finish up here, and then an ABC, and then maybe another impulsive move down. So definitely keep an eye on Visa going in this week. That had some relevant volume right there. Some DOJ news about their investigating about their debit card practices. So cool stuff there. So those are the ones that I've got on the radar this week. Paul, if you have anything else you want to talk about, or are you ready to take a look at maybe some questions or chart requests that are out there?
Yeah, I'm ready to go for some chart requests.
Cool, awesome. Let's see. I'm just looking at your screen real quick. What I would do is I'd switch over to your Chrome, and so you can get your charts pulled up, so everybody can see that there too. Cool, awesome. All right, well, let's take a look here. So Shirley, I hope you're doing great out there. We sent in a few in via email, so we won't be able to get through all of them, more than likely. But let's take a look at a couple of those. Paul, have you charted Ford?
Ford, no Ford.
You haven't? Nope. Reed's out there. It's a good company. Let's say I'll take a look at Ford here. Let me pull it up here.
Okay.
So Ford has actually been really, really interesting. It gave us a nice flag breakout, right? We talked about this move here recently, and looks like it kind of really gave a good push up, right? So if you just look at the general structure of this wave at the last move, right, you can kind of see this wrap up of a wave right here. You can kind of look at this maybe as a 1, 2, 3. This could be a triangle 4. This could be an extended wave 5 up. Very, very possible there. So keep an eye on Ford. It looks good. I mean, it's generally been pretty strong up here. We've got a bit of a kind of a triangle pennant type formation right here. So just kind of see how it holds. I did like the last flag movement. This one is getting pretty tight. I'd like to see maybe get a little bit tighter, but I like the increased volume. So that's one to definitely keep an eye on there too. So good stuff. And it looks like you've got one more on there. I just want to pull it up. This hit the news. Tencent Music hit the news on Friday. I can't remember what was getting it going here, but it's got earnings coming up tomorrow after hours. So a little bit of caution with Tencent, but it has been trending up pretty nicely here recently. So good stuff there. Really appreciate it. It's really great finds on those charts. So good stuff. So Mike, what's going on? How about a wave count on Carnival Cruise? Paul, have you looked at CCL recently?
Let's see. I think I got a chart for CCL here.
Okay, great. I'm gonna put it over for you here. There you go.
Okay. All right, so let's see. CCL I have us going up on a wave one and a wave two, and I have a 5 count going up to the top here. I think CCL is going to go higher. I don't think wave five is done, so I think we're probably going to keep going up for a little bit
Nice,
in
great
wave
find on
five.
that. Good,
Yeah.
nice, Mike. That was a great one there too. How about have you looked at Wow recently?
Wow. Nope, that's another new one.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's take a look here. I've been charting that. I know the Nest will be doing great out there. We've been looking at it a couple times here. Let's take a look at Wow Wow and see how that's going here. Let's see WOW. Yeah, wow. Well, this is actually looking very very interesting here. Looking like a kind of a falling wedge, possible flag type pattern right here. Had some big volume on the downside on Friday, so maybe they're capitulating right there. That's a pretty good increase in volume. Otherwise, we'll continue to track this one and see if it can get some volume above this type of wedge type formation. But it does kind of look like a 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is a wave 4 pullback, and we'll see if we get a wave 5 up after that. But that volume on the down move is a little bit rough there. But good stuff, Fabio. What's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So you've got BNGO. Paul, have you looked at BNGO recently?
Yep. I got a chart for BNGO. Yep.
Nice.
Let's see what we got here. We had our classic wave one up. It breaks into 5 waves, wave two pullback. And then we have this leading diagonal. You can kind of see the overlapping waves for wave one. And it looks like we're doing a corrective wave two right now, probably in ABC. So I think we're still consolidating a little bit, but we should get a wave three up out of here.
Nice. I'm seeing some pretty low volume there too, which makes sense for the pullback. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff. Awesome, great, Fabio. Appreciate it. So, M King, you've got General Motors. So probably similar to Ford, right? They've been kind of going hand in hand recently. We've been seeing some movement in these names. One of the things we've been looking at here, we talked about this last time, is that this could be sort of an ABC pullback right here for a wave 4. We might be working on wave 5. In fact, it looks pretty good, right? So one of the things we got right here is we got this wave right here, your wave 1, right? Your wave 2, right? And this could be, 3, 4-ish type, So let's just kind of see how it holds right here. It looks like it's kind of finishing up a wave. So I'd be a little bit cautious with it. And we did have a big upper shadow there the other day. So let's just kind of see what the price action plays out here over the next couple of days. It's getting a little bit kind of moving in volumes, kind of pulling back here too off the last impulsive move. So just definitely want to keep an eye on here too. So good stuff. Reed, thanks again so much for checking in on volume. Paul, it looks like you've got a count there too, very similar to mine. It looks like.
Yep. Yep. You got it.
Nice. Troy, thanks for checking on the volume 2. Fabio, thanks for the volume 2. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Mikata, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Michael, what's going on? Good to see it. Oh, you got GME. Paul, have you done GME recently with
Yeah.
for earnings?
Everyone's playing GME. Yeah. Actually, when are the earnings this week? It
This
looks
week,
like.
yeah, I think it was like Tuesday after hours.
Okay, no, that sounds good. And it looks like volume is slowly decreasing here. This was the big move up to wave one, wave two, then we had another wave one, and we've been going down and consolidating for a while now. This is another mini 1, 2. So we're still consolidating. I think we're going to get a push out of here, and we'll look for the volume to increase.
Nice. So, do you think it's possible that GME can get to 1,000?
The chart says yes, but I'm not really sure.
I know, right? It's tough. That would be a gamble, right? But interesting on
Yeah.
that. Let's see what it does on earnings. It should be really interesting this week, Michael. And you feel some magic in the air. I love it. Good stuff. So 2020, you've got GMBL and Gold, GLD. Paul, have you charted either of those recently?
I think I might have GLD. Let's see
GLD, yeah.
here. GLD. Yeah, I have a chart on GLD.
Great.
Okay, so GLD I have as we finished a wave 4 and we're going up in what looks like a wave 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a 1, 2. So I have GLD going up probably in the wave 3 right here. So bullish on GLD.
Nice. Yeah, I've been seeing some bullish setups on GLD. It's just so tough sometimes. Like it'll give you a bullish setup, and then you just kind of see that 1, 2 right there, and then it just gaps down the next day. It's like, oh come on, So it makes it a little bit tough. But yeah, I think we can definitely track it right here. It does look like it's trying to work its way up. So one to keep on the radar there as well. And then Michael, you got NVAX on the radar. Let's take a look here too. Paul, have you done NVAX recently? If not, I'm happy to pull it up.
Uh,
Hey, you had a little wave 2 pullback right there, and it's kind of.
I got a chart here. Let me switch to the day. So I think we had a 1, 2, 1, 2. We had this big wave 2 down. It stopped right in the golden zone. It looks like we're going up in an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we're still in wave 5, so we're still going up in NVAX.
Nice.
But I would expect a wave 2 pretty soon.
Okay, yeah, look for a little bit of a pullback there. So good stuff there. James, what's going on? So there's a local music group that always sang this song called Babes and Waves. Every time y'all do the show, the title reminds me. I love it. That's great. So this is way better. Nice, good stuff. Troy, yes, you got JMIA also has a Head and Shoulders pattern too. Nice, good find on that one as well. Cool one. What's going on? Good to see you. Long time to see you. I hope you're doing great. So, Yaz, what's going on? We looked at Visa already. You've got Wimi, WIMI, or Facebook.
Okay, I got a Facebook chart
Okay.
here.
Well, I had a great day on Friday.
Let's see what we got here. We had a 1-2. We're still kind of chopping up
Yeah,
in.
it's been grinded. This whole move up has been. It
Yeah,
looks great on like the weekly charts. Like, wow, what a great move! But it has not been easy at all.
yeah. We do have a big increase in volume here, and we did go up that day. I'm still bullish on it, but it looks kind of choppy.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. Let's see how it goes. It was a pretty big push on Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some sort of pause day on it. Some sort of quick, consolidation. So good stuff there. Troy, yeah, declining volume and a tight consolidation is one of your favorites. Nice, great stuff. I love it. Good stuff there. And seven leaf clover, nice stuff. So you got a couple on here. So he's saying MREO has a perfect triangle on the daily. MREO.
Let me see what I got. I can make a chart on that real
Sure.
quick. So MREO. And what were you saying about it? Has a perfect
He's,
what?
he's saying it looks like a perfect triangle on it, but I would say that that wave C pullback right there is kind of a little bit to kind of potentially invalidate the triangle. So it's a little bit tough right there. This is a cheap name too, right? This is a penny name, so I'd be really really careful with this one. Seven leaf clover. These are tough ones to do all the time. They can mislead you a lot with these shadows, but it could be doing a triangle. It's kind of triangulating there a little bit if you ignore that lower shadow on the C wave
This
there.
one wick,
Yeah.
yeah, it does look. Yeah, I'm sure it'll pop out of here one way or the other, and it isn't a 1-2 count, so it'd be a good one to watch.
Yeah, it's getting tight. Nice stuff there. Good stuff. And good, cool one. You've got NNDM on the radar. I know Paul's got
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, I got a really good chart on that actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I was looking at this with one of the members, and we decided to look at it on a 15-minute chart here. Let me change it to 15.
That's right, guys. And once again, Paul, anybody's like just kind of joining in right now. Paul's with us in our Elliott Wave room in our Discord group. So if you guys want to, jump in the group there, there's links in the description. You can join our Discord and chat with Paul throughout the day, bounce some wave charts off of him if you like learning, or even if you're good at Elliott Wave and you just kind of want to look at, so you confirm an opinion or something like that. Paul does a great job. Takes some, you gotta give him time to get it back to you and all that sometimes, but he's gonna give good attention to your chart. So really, really good stuff there.
Yeah. So what's interesting about NMDM is we're in a corrective wave two right now, and this is on the 15-minute. But you can see wave one down was an impulse down. It wasn't a three wave. It was an impulse five wave move. And then we had for the wave B, we actually had a triangle A, B, C, D, E.
Nice.
So for wave C, we're expecting another five wave push down, even though it does look a little bullish here at the end. I'm thinking we're going to finish this impulse down closer to the 618 area. This would be a great time to look to get long.
Nice. So in the $8.50, $8.80 area. That's great. That's a good one to find right there. Nice stuff. Good. I appreciate it. Good find on that one. Cool one. Appreciate it. Narenjo, what's going on? You got Riot.
Riot. I got a Riot. Let's see what's going on with Riot. Okay, Riot. We had a 1-2. We had the ABC for two, and the wave one up, wave two down. Looks like we're just starting another impulsive move up right here, but we're kind of sideways at the moment.
Nice. It makes sense too, because like you said, your Bitcoin chart was showing Bitcoin in a possible triangle formation. So we could see this one going sideways as well for a little bit until Bitcoin decides to move.
Yeah, and also the volume is declining here. You can notice that we don't have any big green bars yet to show the buyers coming in.
Nice. Good find on that one. Kenny, what's going on? GME to the moon. I love it. Dire Straits, so you got Baba on the radar. Oh, I know Paul's got Baba.
Yeah, Baba. Let's see. What do we got for Baba? Okay, we had this perfect wave one up, and then we had a wave two down right to the 786. This looks like a wave one up, so I would think from here, we got our wave one will probably come down for a wave two, and then 3, 4, 5. But it looks like I would expect a little pullback before we go up again.
Pull back before we go back. Nice. Good find on Baba, too. So that's been a wild name recently. Kind of some funny gaps. It gapped up the other day really high and then just Kind of did its little thing for a little bit and then pulled back and so that's it. It can be a tricky name too, but when it goes, it goes. That's for sure. So good stuff there. Thanks, Dire Straits. Ben Canato, what's going on, Bose? What's happening? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. So that's the biggest worry right there, right? So is what will signal us if we're going to have downside like last March, right? So, well, I mean, no down, right? As we always talk about, right? No trend is going to change before the trend line breaks down, right? So the big thing that we're seeing right now, right, on SPX is we're still holding trend, right? So, and the big difference between here, right, and the Corona crashes, right, is we broke multiple trend lines, right, the macro trend line, the micro trend lines, and we closed below our trend boxes with volume, right? So right now we're not there yet, right? We're not even below the trend line, right? So we did break down below essentially a bump line right here, and we did confirm here if we go to the SPY chart, if we go to the SPY, we did confirm below a trend line here on Thursday with increasing volume. If you kind of did something like this here, right? So if you took like this here, right, and you kind of assume this is the trend box off the high. It's a really, really tricky area right here, but we're nowhere close to breaking down below the macro trend line yet. So, I mean, if anything's going to break down, right, we need to lose that. So I would just kind of keep an eye on that and see how it holds and where we go from there. But again, right now it's still bullish, still proving otherwise. So good stuff there. And what else, guys? Looks like we probably got time for about like one more chart here, so let's see what we can get. So did the SPY divergence before the COVID crash was the biggest? That was very, yeah, Troy, yeah, exactly. If you use the weekly bearish divergence on the weekly chart, it kind of looked like it was going to go down before that. It took an extra couple weeks, but it did go down there. But that is very, very helpful. That should give some clues, could give some clues as well. But no crash has ever happened without breaking its trend line with increasing volume. So good stuff there. And cool one, we got one more. We got ICAD. We'll wrap up with ICAD.
Nope, I don't have that one.
Paul, you don't have that one. Let's take a look at it. I don't think I've looked at that one here recently either, but let's take a look. So let's see. So ICAD. Yeah, so ICAD. Wow, interesting name right here. So $18. This has had a pretty good push up right here. I don't know. It looks a little bit funky. Maybe it's in a corrective pattern right now. To me, this kind of looks like wave 1-ish. Right, this looks like wave 2-ish. This looks wave 3-ish. This looks wave 4-ish. And you kind of have this this crazy A, maybe B, possible wave C move down. So I'd be a little bit careful with it right here, and then we'll see if that, kind of finishes the wave, and then if it's ready to work its way back up again. It kind of corresponds around volume, around earnings time too. So definitely something to look at there as well. So good, yeah, it's a pretty wild chart pattern right here. We could be actually working on a larger, if this is not wave 4 and this is wave 3, it might triangulate too, right? I mean, it's a little early to tell, right? We could do something like this and then wave 5 up, right? So that's a possibility. So just kind of keep an eye on it, see how it goes. This is a really kind of tough area right here, so not very clear. So good stuff. All right, so good stuff there. Well, good. Well, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate CLF at us. Paul, have you done CLF recently?
No CLF, but I could bring it up pretty quick.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Let's see what CLF, and then we'll wrap up there. So good timing on that one. So let's see, and then we'll call it a night. So good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Good stuff.
Okay, so CLF looks pretty bullish. Here's what I got for CLF. We had a big 1-2 here, and the 2 retraced to about the 50% and have us going up in a wave 1, wave 2 pullback. CLF looks like it's starting an impulse up. So
nice.
Yeah.
So definitely want to keep an eye on right here. We'll see if I can get some volume to the upside and maybe confirm this count. So good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in here this evening. Paul, thanks so much for being here again. It's another fun Sunday. We saw the importance of volume with Elliott Wave, so really, really good stuff there. And thanks for all the great examples on that one. And guys, again, if you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. And whether you're new here or not, if you learned something or you liked a little bit of it, please hit the like button and be sure to hit the notification button too, so you know when we do other videos. Other than that, if you really like what you saw right here, feel free to join our group. There's links in the description there, and you can join us in our private Twitter and Discord, chat with us throughout the day. We go live at the open and close. Paul's in the Discord channel, so you can bounce charts off of him there too. But really, really good stuff, guys. Paul, again, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, John. Good times.
Good stuff, guys. Thanks again, everybody, for being here, too. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your evening. We'll catch everybody bright and early tomorrow for the Bubble Report and in our group in the Discord. And we'll also see you here on YouTube for the Good Morning Market Prep video and in the public Twitter, where we'll put some of our preliminary prep stuff out there as well. So, again, guys, thanks so much. Hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And we'll talk to you guys.